Hey guys, what's up? You're listening to a Sam Stedman movie reviews on the go. Not sure if you should spend your precious time watching a film? Well, listen to my review and maybe I can help you decide. Today I wanted to talk about Joker, a film some of you may have heard of, starring Joaquin Phoenix and directed by Todd Phillips. It's the story of a man who gets beat down by the world he lives in and eventually becomes a comic book villain we all know and love, Joker. Just an FYI before we get started, there are no spoilers in this review, so if you have not seen Joker, you are safe here. I won't spoil anything. At first, when I heard Todd Phillips was directing this movie, I was like, the same Todd Phillips that directed the Hangover films? That right there, that left me a little worried, because I think this is the first drama type film that Todd Phillips has done. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I haven't heard of any other big films like this that he's done that lean more towards drama. So yeah, when I first heard that, I was a little worried that they'd picked the wrong director. Also, I heard in the lead up to the film that it was heavily based on the King of Comedy and Taxi Driver, both of which I watched before I saw Joker. I hadn't seen either of them before, and I was worried that Todd Phillips wouldn't be able to emulate Martin Scorsese's style as well. So Joker, let me just start off by saying that I really enjoyed this film. It was probably my favorite movie of 2019, and I think the main reason I loved it so much was just the atmosphere of the movie. The movie just has a way of sucking you into Arthur Fleck's world. From the very beginning of the film, you feel for the guy. I mean, everything the man does just seems to go wrong for him, and even when he tries to do something right, the world that Todd Phillips sets up just beats him down. And I have to be honest, I felt bad for the guy. He doesn't start off as a bad guy, but through constant battering and in combination with his mental illness, it's almost inevitable that he becomes this way. I remember there's a scene in the movie, and I'll try to avoid any spoilers here, when Joker, he's going through the streets of Gotham, and the city's just in chaos, and everyone's rioting. He calls it beautiful, and to me, always hearing the Joker in past incarnations call chaos and destruction beautiful, I thought, yeah, he thinks it's beautiful because he's a psychopath, and that's it. That's the end of his character motivations. But this movie, it almost makes you understand. Well, it doesn't almost. It does. It makes you understand his mindset. Now, I'm not by any means saying, yes, death and destruction is beautiful, but given the circumstances that Arthur went through, I understand now better where the Joker character is coming from when he says that. The movie, it'll ask you to sympathize with Arthur, but it never asks you to justify anything that he does in the film. Also, the music in the film was very eerie, if you ask me. I watched the film once with some friends and then once by myself, and I have to say, when you watch it alone, it's way more intense. I kind of felt like I had PTSD afterwards. The music's so sad and tragic, and the way Todd Phillips portrays Gotham as a dirty, crime-ridden city, it's almost as if the music is like a theme song for the city, as well as Arthur Fleck. The two become interconnected. Arthur Fleck, as we know him, would not exist without the city, and Gotham is kind of a character in and of itself. Also, it'd be sacrilege if I didn't mention Joaquin Phoenix. He does a really great job showing Arthur as sort of the forgotten man in a big city who wants to get noticed, but society's become so dirty and corrupt that he's just nothing. And the movie excels at showing his transformation into Joker, and it's a transformation that you buy. It's one where you look at what happens to him and you think, I understand why he'd react that way. And I think the transformation is this movie's greatest strength, because if that didn't work, well, quite frankly, the movie wouldn't work. So overall, I'd give this movie a solid 9.5 out of 10. Great acting from Joaquin Phoenix, solid narrative strung together that flows cohesively, and again, the atmosphere is just, it's really good in this movie. Joker, it sucks you in the very beginning and does not let up until the end. And even after the film, it leaves you thinking about how we treat the mentally ill in our society and how we treat those who have little to nothing. Alright, that is the end of my Joker review. If you guys like what you hear, be sure to hit like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you thought of Joker, and I will see you guys on my next review.